Hello everyone and welcome back to Florence, Tuscany. I am Danilo Romolini and today I brought you to the first Florence hills of Poggio Imperiale. This location is a prime area and homes rarely ever come for sale here. Today we will visit one of them. Are you ready to see it? Come with me. We are literally minutes away to Porta Romana, in a residential area surrounded by green, private parks and impressive historical villas. The property is part of a private residential complex dating back to the 1850s, when it was originally designed by the famous architect Poggio. The complex is made up of a few parts. There is the main large villa that you see right behind me. That has been divided into apartments. And then we find the scuderia. The scuderia is the Italian word for stalls and is where the horses used to be kept in the past. So there are some nice large rooms. That is the part we will visit today. It has been completely restored into a beautiful villa. Let's see it. The residential estate begins with the first large gate that you see behind me. This is a common gate and a common space over here, which then leads to a private parking to the home we will see, which is 140 square meters and can host 2 large cars. Then we find the second gate, which I will show you now, which brings to the actual home. The scuderie are divided into 3 main levels. The top level has an independent apartment with an independent access that does not pass through the garden I am showing to you now. So today we will visit the ground and first level. They have been divided so well that you have total privacy and you can enjoy this stunning garden. The garden is 850 square meters and is enclosed by this high hedge all around, giving it extra privacy and silence, even though we are literally minutes to the center of the city. The home has its private garden, but you can also open the gate and drive up right to the entrance door, and it's also very practical. On the side of the villa, where the garden then extends to the front and to the other part over here, we find at the center this beautiful area. This is close to the internal parts of the villa, so you can cook inside and eat out here, or also set up a nice barbecue area on the outside. We have this pergola which can both open and close, perfect to have more or less sun, ideal to eat al fresco in the warmer months. On the lower part of the garden we find this large fountain that has been designed just like the rest of the gardens of the complex by the famous landscape designer Porcinai. It is now working and in excellent condition. Welcome inside the house. As soon as you walk inside through the main door, you find this reception space over here, and already you can notice some beautiful details on the floors and the vaulted ceilings, typical of stalls. From here on the right, let's start with the main room. On the right to the entrance room, we find the dining space. This is an important room for Italian families with a large table to host large family dinners. You have windows on 2 sides, so you have lots of natural light and access to the garden on the front, which has the pergola I've shown you earlier. This part, being the former stalls, was used in the past to keep carriages and to store them. In fact, usually the entrance was bigger and they could store a carriage right here, while the horses would stay in the living area. I will show you in a minute. The owners have restored the home completely with precious materials and details finished by skillful artisans. For example, the floors are very unique with a blend of terracotta and walnut details. The owner has seen this style on the floor in a castle during a trip in France, where usually terracotta is lighter in color, just like this one. He preferred it over the Florentine, more reddish color, so got it made bespoke in Umbria, where the terracotta is typically in this tonality. By the dining space, through a little hallway, we get to the kitchen. This is a truly unique piece, as each one of these tiles have been singularly hand-painted in Sicily. And if you look closely, all of the drawing makes sense with the shape of the kitchen, so it's truly bespoke. It is fully equipped, and I love how with age this will become more and more beautiful and more fascinating. You have the oven on this side, the gas stove, the extractor, and storages all around, with a large fridge. And one last thing that is important to mention, on this side, through a door, you get to an internal courtyard, excellent to have an outdoor breakfast in the morning. On the back of the kitchen, we have several storage spaces and pantry that are very practical to support all of this room. At the end of the hallway, by the kitchen, we find the ground floor bedroom with ensuite bathroom, which at the moment is the bedroom for the housekeeper, so he has access to the kitchen independently and to the house without passing through the living areas. Otherwise, that room can also be a guest room space. Welcome to the living space. This is one of the most beautiful rooms in the house and for sure one of the most impressive. It opens up right away with these double height ceilings. Over here we find a mezzanine level and these large windows. These are all bulletproof windows, so the house is extra safe. And in the past, this room used to be where the horses used to be stored. In this room, we find the same details as in the rest of the house, so the floors in terracotta and walnut in the same pattern, and all over the walls, if you look closely, you find a special finish that has been made with a technique called grassello, that is a very ancient technique from the Renaissance period. This is a prestigious finish to find in a home and gives it extra durability. In fact, these walls are easy to maintain, easy to clean, and if you look closely, you can see all the spatula work that is different in every inch of the wall, making this even more charming and fascinating. In terms of layout, the room is divided into two main sitting areas. The first one over here, they are both overlooking the garden with these large windows that are openable and you can access it if you want. The second one is on this side. It is even cozier with the mezzanine above us. And you have a perfect reading space. In fact, this is a library bespoke for this wall on this side. And hidden in the library, we have a door over here, which leads on the back where I showed you the kitchen earlier. And we also find behind the library a laundry and the service bedroom I showed you earlier. On the ground level, there is a cozy service bathroom or washroom that serves all of the ground floor. Through literally a few steps, we get to the first level. All of the stone that you see both on this handrail and the steps are made out of pietra serena, which is a very typical stone here in Florence, but also in Tuscany. Let me show you the rest of the floor. Through the steps we get to this reception space over here. We find walnut parquet floor all over, and this is the same wood we find downstairs on the terracotta pattern. From this reception space we access to the top of the mezzanine level and to the 2 bedrooms. Let's begin with the first one. Welcome to the first bedroom. I love how cozy it is, and it truly has this old world style. All of the materials are really high quality and are in excellent condition. These beautiful colors are perfectly balanced with each other. We find the walnut wood on the floor, this light blue on the ceiling, and this window overlooking the green and overlooking the internal courtyard that is accessible by the kitchen. On this side, instead, through a few steps, we get to the ensuite bathroom with his and her sink, the beautiful marble top, light color, and on the right we find the walk-in closet. This is the second and primary bedroom. It is much larger. We find the bed in the central part and this bespoke wardrobe all over on this side, and as well a walk-in closet through this door. On the floor, I love how on the edge there is the walnut wood like in the rest of the first floor spaces, but in the center we find this elegant carpet. It has a window overlooking the green, while through this door we have the ensuite bathroom with as well his and hers sink and a precious pink marble top. We are now on the mezzanine level. This is a beautiful space as it is very cozy and comfortable. It is overlooking the living area down below and has been made into another sitting space. So there is the sitting area on this side. Over here is an office corner with a library and TV. From the mezzanine, we access onto what was in the past a terrace. In fact, this is a movable structure and can be removed, made back into an outdoor space, but instead has been converted into a unique office space. These shadows can be opened or closed, and if you want, you can even store your lemons here using it as a limonaia. And here we are ending today's property tour. What a home! For sure a unique property, and as I mentioned earlier, it is extremely difficult to find something like this on the market, on this area of Florence. It can be seen as a villa, but also as a large apartment laid on 2 levels, since it is very practical to live and very cozy. We are at the same time minutes to the center of the city, excellent for somebody that would like the features of a countryside home with a beautiful garden and outdoor spaces, and at the same time vicinity to the center. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below and subscribe to the Romolini channel for the best homes of Italy every week. Until next time, ciao!